Welcome to the Early Edge in 5, powered by SportsLine. I'm Grace Remington, and guys, we made it to Friday. So let's close out this week with some winners. But before we do so, please like this video, subscribe to the SportsLine YouTube channel, or if you're listening to this later, please subscribe to the show wherever you get your pods. Now let's take a look at how we did last night. 6-2 overall. We almost had a sweep, but someone had to get greedy. Would you believe it if I told you every single Braves player put up some type of stat except for Austin Riley? His was a strikeout. Thanks a lot, EC. All right, the rest of them look good, though. Dylan Cease crushed that K-prop, by the way. 10 strikeouts in Spector USA to advance. It was a dramatic game, but we still got the win there. And remember, the action does not stop here, guys. Join us tonight and most nights on CBS Sports HQ. The Early Edge, we're always taking over. Mike McClanahan and Alan Belder at 8 o'clock tonight. Zack Cimini is at 6 o'clock. You can watch on the CBS Sports app, cbssports.com/live, Paramount Plus, or Pluto TV. All right, guys, let's make some more winners. Like I said, and bring in the crew here. We got Frickin' Frack and Cimini working overtime for SportsLine today. Every MLB team is in action. We got one game going on right now as we reach the midpoint of June. So, Specty, as always, please lead us off.
Yeah, I'm going to lead off with something that I may regret. We'll find out. You'll see why later in the show. But I'm going to go with Fernando Tatis Jr. over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -130. I know this is a tough matchup between him and Shane McClanahan, but I'm going to ride with the numbers here. In the month of June, Tatis has played 13 games, and in those 13 games, he's gone over this number 10 of those games. 50 at-bats, he's had 13 runs, 20 hits, and 15 RBIs. That's 48 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's almost a 1-to-1 ratio. So if he gets 4 at-bats, he should be able to get, 4 of these hits, runs, RBIs, right? Judging by that. We're going to go and roll with the numbers here and hope that Fernando Tatis goes on the over.
Specty, I feel you. This game, I was looking at it earlier, figuring out how to try to play it. The market data supports San Diego, so that's good for you. Supports the under 8. The weather kind of also isn't looking great for hitting, but you have the best offense against righties, against the best offense against lefties. So this is a tricky one. It's a tricky one, and I have a player prop in this game as well. I have Darvish going under 6.5 strikeouts. It should be at even money across the board. I have him at 6.1 with odds of -144. So that's the edge we have there. Darvish, still a high strikeout rate pitcher, although his numbers this year are the second worst of his career in terms of K-9 and his strikeout rate. Now he's up against Tampa Bay, the best offense against left-handing pitching. They rank first in weighted runs created plus, second weighted on-base average and OPS, striking out 21% of the time against lefties, which is a little bit below average. Last week, you may remember when we won that fade against Pablo Lopez against the Rays. I talked about the Rays being one of the best teams in the league against the slider. Well, Darvish, his main pitch for the last 4 seasons has been the slider until this year when he added a sweeper like most pitchers are doing. The slider is still his second most used pitch. Not only are the Rays good against that, they are the best team in terms of stealing bases. Darvish on the opposite side of that. He's a top 10 pitcher in number of steals against. The reason why that matters is he may be throwing more pitches with runners in scoring positions. You don't know how that mentally taxes a pitcher when you're down, when you're going through the stretch down in the game. So this could be another sweaty one, but I think it's a good situational spot here. Darvish under 6.5 strikeouts. And we're still not done with this game, believe it or not, because Zack, you're taking the pitcher on the other side. What do you got today?
Yeah, I've got 2 plays today in baseball. We'll start with the side. I'm going to back the Toronto Blue Jays. A big road favorite considering they're facing the Texas Rangers, -145. I look at this Texas team. They may be tied in Major League Baseball for the most home wins, but they're on a bit of a slide where they've lost 4 of their past 5 home games, including a bad series against the Los Angeles Angels. You look at their starting pitching, it's starting to hit a wall in the month of June. Martin Perez, he's been rocked 2 of his last 3 starts, coming off his shortest outing of the season where he lasted just 3 1/3. Not good when you're facing this Blue Jays team that ranks 2nd in hits and 3rd in batting average in baseball. I'll back the Toronto Blue Jays. And then we're going to go to Shane McClanahan over 6.5 strikeouts. It is plus 105 for the Tampa Bay Rays. I look at McClanahan. He's had a quiet month of June in terms of strikeouts. He's only had 5 and 5. That's combined is his fewest strikeouts in 2 consecutive games so far this season. But he's going to face the San Diego Padres team that had an excellent series against the Guardians, weak pitching where they scored 5 runs or more in all 3 games. I think that bodes well for McClanahan, who's not doing bad. He still leads Major League Baseball, still getting wins. He has 10 wins this year. So he can get this team to chase after seeing that poor pitching of the Guardians. I'm going over 6.5 Ks.
All right, love it, Zach. I got the over on him as well. Now, guys, all these K props can only mean one thing, and it is a Friday after all. EC, is it a Friday date night, or did we strike out already?
This is the Friday non-date night parlay, Grace, that I'll get to. Just want to point that out. First of all, I was going to give a bonus pick today of the Texas Rangers, but after I heard Zack attacks logic, I'm like, nope, we're staying away from them. So forget that. No bonus pick today. All right, let's start. Before we get to the non-date night parlay, let's talk about my normal pick, and that's Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 total bases at minus 120 on DraftKings. He's over this in 7 straight games, 11 of his last 12, because he's homered in 5 of his last 7 games. He's hitting 40 points higher against right-handed pitching and 57 points higher on the road. It's perfect formula. Brady Singer of the Royals, who are the worst team in the league in Kansas City. Singer has a 6.18 ERA at home, and lefties are hitting 3.01 against him. I think Ohtani does some nasty things tonight and goes over this one and does better for me than Austin Riley did last night. And now it's time for the non-date night strikeout parlay, because yes, maybe I actually did strike out at plus 236. Let's roll with Zack Gallen to get 6 or more, because he's done this in all 7 of his home starts this year. And let's keep the formula alive with Tanner Houck with 5 or more strikeouts, because he's done this in all 6 of his home starts this year, and he struck out 6 against the Yankees last week. We just wanted an extra one for cushion. Plus 236 on this strikeout parlay. Could be a lucrative evening once again on Early Edge in 5.
My condolences to you, EC, I guess.
There's none needed.
Okay, good. He loves this.
You know what,
life.
Grace? It's the U.S. Open is on till 8:00 my time tonight. If you're ever not going to have a date night, like this is a great night not to have one, right?
It's a prime sports weekend. All right. Well, all that being said, I like all the strikeouts we got today. So let's get to the recap screen. We got Shohei Ohtani. This is in the Angels at Royals game, for those wondering. Over 1.5 total bases. The Friday non-date night strikeout parlay. It is a good night to not have a date. Tanner Houck, 5+ strikeouts, and Zack Gallen at 6+ strikeouts. That is at plus 236 odds. We are all over the Rays-Padres game. Specty's got Fernando Tatis over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI at minus 130. I've got you, Darvish, under 6.5 strikeouts at even money. And Zach has got Shane McClanahan over 6.5 strikeouts at plus 105. And he's given us another one. The Blue Jays on the money line on the road against the Texas Rangers at minus 141. We will all be back on Monday, but the Early Edge never truly goes away. They will be back here Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Also remember to tune into CBS Sports HQ tonight and throughout the weekend for more betting picks and analysis from all our guys. For Specty, Zach, and EC, I'm Grace Remington. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the pay window.